Hello there, everyone. Welcome back for another episode of the Anime Podcast Show. So after this episode, of course, this is the last episode for the season and the year. Oh, yes, it's pretty sad. And I'm very sad about it, too. Well, let's kick up the show, shall we? With the first segment of the show, and that would be new interest in anime. Of course, this is a reboot series to one of my favorite franchises and series. It follows the adventures of our Digidestins in Digimon Adventure 2020. We all know that the Adventure series of Digimon, however, this is a different Digimon series. The one I remember was the 1999 series, but this one is the 2020 series. Setting in the world now, it's all about technology. We met Tai, Matt, Sora, and the rest of the Digidestined and going to the digital world, and now this time around, they're going to find a celestial Digimon, and they can find it in time before the whole world will crumble. Might as well saying, here's where everything all started. The project had begun was at the same time in Toei's animation productions, making their feature film, Last Evolution Kazuna, and they decided they wanted to reboot the characters, and the idea came from about Adventure Reboot was during the days since the production had begun for the Tri films, and they had an idea to get the film released in theaters as for a 20th anniversary project, and they wanted to make a proper series. Also, they want a new generation of kids to be introduced for Digimon. 2 months after the release of Last Evolution Kazuna, the reboot series premiered on Fuji TV on April 5th, 2020, as it was aired the same time that came out decades ago, in 1999 to 2002, 9 a.m. Sunday morning. At the time, making the series, also the production went on a shutdown during COVID, and didn't know how long it would continue for, because in the original, they aired for 54 episodes, and now the reboot series aired for 67 episodes. Stepping into the international side, Crunchyroll streamed the series on April 4th in Japan, but didn't continue since the third episode, until they continued the fourth episode to their final episode, 67, between June 27th, 2020 to September 25th, 2021. Then on February 2022, for an online Digicon 2022, announced an English dub would be coming. And at the same time, I think they were in the middle recording the series, and we'd have waited for a long time until we had an official announcement saying the first 2 episodes would be shown at Anime NYC 2022, screening it on November 19th. Then 5 months later, all the 67 episodes were available on Microsoft. Thanks a lot, Microsoft, releasing the whole batch of episodes. Then about 3 months later, finally, they founded a demand streaming service for people can watch instead of purchasing it on an app store, would be Hulu. I'm very happy about it. Thank you, Hulu, for bringing the show into your streaming service. Anyway, what was my interest with the reboot? Anyway, I believe this was January 2020. Also, it was the start of the new decade. Well, the next decade. I was out doing some shopping, and I was at the train station going to my location, and saw a recent article saying Digimon is getting a reboot series, and I was very excited for it. And at the time, there was not much information they'd shared yet at the time, until end of March, during the early days of the pandemic, saw some more information that the show would be airing in Japan on April 5th, and I saw the first 3 episodes until when they announced saying the 4th episode is not going to be airing that week due to the production shutdown of COVID, and I was pretty upset about it. Then June hit. When the 4th episode came, my attitude changed and didn't have much interest anymore. And then in 2022 or 2021 or something, yeah, I think 2022, when coming to the English dub, I did talk about the dub's announcement before. Anyway, I was really excited, and I was like, finally. And yes, it took a while to wait. Of course, saw the announcement about the dub's premiere at Anime NYC, then saw an article at Anime News Network saying the dub would be coming in the spring of 2023. It said in the booklet at the Digimon Fan Meetup event in Los Angeles earlier in the year that the show came out by Microsoft. Then I got pretty pissed, and I can't pay for it, and I have to wait for the random streaming service. And finally, Hulu has the dub, and I've already watched a I don't know, about 13 episodes as of this recording. And by the time of this video comes out, so yeah. So by the time the video comes out, maybe I'm finished the reboot. Maybe, I don't know. And really enjoyed it. And the dub cast is unbelievable. And I really enjoyed this cast, and pretty much well done to them. Congrats to those guys, and they killed it as always. Well, that was it for about my interest with Reboot of Digimon. Now let's move on to the next segment of the show, and that would be Topic of the Week. So for today's episode, I have to talk about is I have a top 5 television channels that airs anime. So I'm not talking about in Japan, but I'm going to mention one channel in Japan. I want to do a top 10, but it didn't work out I wanted. So here's the top 5 list I've chosen. So I want to start off with an Australian television programs. It came a huge success and introduced so many series, including series such as Digimon, Pokemon, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball, and the list goes here from there. Starting off with this series, this program channel called Cheese TV. That program aired between 1995 to 2005. However, their host, Ryan and Jade, ended their appearance on New Year's Eve 2004 with their cancellation for the series it began introducing of anime to the country, and I just shows just mentioned, like Digimon, Duel Masters, One Piece, Sailor Moon, Beyblade, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon Mega Man, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and Crush Gear Turbo. And a replacement program called Toasted TV aired between 2005 to 2020. Ended their run for television's program for children. The program aired on Channel 10, same with Cheese TV, before moving to Channel 11 before changing their name 10 Peach in November of 2018. Here's the shows that were aired on Toasted TV. Were Bakugan, Digimon Frontier, Dragon Ball GT, Naruto, One Piece, Pokemon, Seasons 8 to 14, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and GX, with 11 or Peach just only continuing with Pokemon from Seasons 15 to 20, to those anime is everywhere on TV like 9Go, ABC Me, and etc. That's a big history for us in Australia at the time, but now, as of now, Toasted TV has been axed because of COVID, and then everything here from there. So that's enough of that. So in number 4, to the next one is around the same time when Cheese TV launched in the network, has launched another network but in the United States, and that is Kids WB. It began from 1995 to 2006. For anime, it started in 1999 when Pokemon was moved to the network from their syndicated run, and of course, it came a success, helping out with other networks. I'll talk about it in a bit. But this time, with an animated lineup by Warner Brothers, Kids WB acquired more programs for anime, airing such as Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Mega Man. Kids WB ended their run in 2006 to stop airing anime anymore, and they couldn't continue it. Going from Saturday mornings to weekdays has started in 2008 before it got officially cancelled. Before talking the next channel on July 2001, I'm going to mention about this right now, that Kids WB had a weekday lineup rebrand as Toonami Kids WB, bringing shows just mentioned about Dragon Ball and Sailor Moon. Ended their run in 2002, just at least for 1 year. And then, let's go to number 3. So, from a help for Kids WB for their lineup, for an afternoon school programs, it started for Power Rangers known as Fox Kids. But anyway, how does anime impacted on Fox Kids anyway? I'll mention about it right now. They actually launched the network. It began in 1990 to 2002. At least the network was on for 12 years. And ended their run just like that. With anime comes in Fox Kids, they aired 2 series that came up between 1999 to 2002. And that would be Digimon and Metabots. With countries have Fox Kids of their own, let me list it down what shows they aired. So, it started off in Australia, airing such as, not only for Digimon, would be airing for Beyblade and Sailor Moon. In Europe would be just only Shaman King. Then, reasoning to end their run for Fox Kids, it was the replacement by the Fox Box in 2002, then was renamed for Kids TV on January 2005 until 2008. Now let's move on to number 2. Bringing a television to our screens of our favorite franchises and series will be a thank you to Japan, or as TV Tokyo. Yes, I just said it, TV Tokyo. There's a lot of television networks, but maybe I have to talk about future broadcasting, whatever I want to talk about. But there's so many greats and not a favorites, to be honest. But let me start from the very beginning. It began the network from July 1968 and began airing some shows in 1974. But the first big shows that came out from the network will be sometime in late 1995, and that will be Neon Genesis Evangelion. Since then, they aired a series of shows such as Pokemon, Trigon, Cowboy Bebop, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Beyblade, Shaman King, Mega Man, Duel Masters, Bleach, Naruto, Gurren Lagann, Toradora, Fairy Tail, Mr. Otamasu, Black Clover, Gundam, Seven Deadly Sins, Season 3 and 4, and Spy and Family, Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, and the list goes here from there. And thank you so much, TV Tokyo, for bringing those shows to your screens and then bringing to our screens in the international side. So now to the number one list. A network is still running to this day, but let's go back in time in 1997. Is to bring in a program block for Cartoon Network. It was first as Mota until 1999, in the same year as Mota's replacement as a true mascot named Tom, or known as Toonami. This block's been on for a long time, but it was off the air between 2008 to 2012. It was the beginning of introducing anime to the American market. What series that aired around the old days of anime? Well, the old school days. So let me bring it down. So it starts off with the anime boom with Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and Gundam Wing. But then between 1998 to 2002, then to the new school in 2003 to 2008, such as Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto, Gundam Seed, One Piece, etc. Until they came back in 2012 to the present day. Even during the bad times of COVID, people still enjoyed it, and it's still airing it on cable to this day, bringing their classic series from Adult Swim, such as Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha, and bringing fresh blood of new anime series such as Sword Art Online, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Black Clover, Dragon Ball Super, Lupin the Third, etc. The network is still running to this day, and I prefer watching this program any day of the week. But I wish we had Toonami for us, but it never came into fruition. Well, that is it for the topic of the week segment about favorite television programs for anime. And also, that is it for the show and the season and the year. Thank you everyone who's been listening or watching it. Hope you all enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas and New Year's break. See you next year for Season 7 in 2024. Comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet. And hit that notification bell if you want to know when I upload again. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Stay safe and peace. Happy Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Goodbye.